once we know how to mix some music, we'll have a better look for that. But anyway, welcome to the second ever episode of the Eagles Look Back. And like I said, it's just three of us today. Matt unfortunately had an emergency and had to have a appointment today, so he will not be on this week, but he will be on Saturday most likely. But obviously, the Eagles are off to another strong start. Had a very great game on Sunday, beating the Chiefs once again, leaving Big Red and the Rocket to their first ever three-game losing streak as a trio. And like I said, it was a dominant defensive performance in the second half, just like the Cowboys game the week before. Defenses just dominated Patrick, and there was not much they could do. Obviously, when you don't have your two best receivers, that obviously plays a bigger role. But it doesn't matter. They found a way to do what they had to do. And like I said, the Jalen Carter thing is a thing in the past. He played the whole game. No issues, no controversies. And like I said, Saquon was strong, had a stronger game this week, got a touchdown. AJ Brown had more than one catch and one target. So, like I said, controversies. Like I said, it's a long season. There's always going to be a small slip of concerns and situations when you're even a great team like us. But it's all good. It's all good. Eagles are, like I said, 2-0. Have a tough matchup on Sunday in a traditional home opener. Sunday games with Los Angeles Rams, who are off to a very strong start. We'll talk about them, here a little later on here. But obviously, gentlemen, your thoughts on another great game for the Eagles, even though the score may tell you it was a tougher game. It's always going to be tough because you're the world champs and everybody's going to take your best shot. But this was another great game. And once again, Chiefs fans are upset.
Well, I was going to say you're right about that in terms of how they're upset because they probably think they could have won. If Kelsey would have caught that touchdown, we could be thinking different. But we still ended up winning this game, and
I forgot about that. I forgot to say about that interception that changed the whole
it changed
My bad.
it changed the whole momentum, which helped us. And it just I don't know. It's just it was just fortunate for us, not them. But it's just that this game, like I was kind of going towards, is just we won this game and we move on and we're 2-0. And you're right. Next week against the Rams, or this week in week 3, is going to be a tough one. And but overall, this game, Barkley did get his touchdowns, but the problem in this game again was that Hurts, number one, he wasn't himself, and number two, like the there's no passing receivers. I don't know what's going on with this offense. Maybe Kwame can touch on that, but that's the way that I saw this game. But the defense really won this game for us, though.
Unmute
Oh,
yourself
my
there.
bad. I'm here.
Damn it.
I'm here. Gotcha. Got a little thunder rumbling over in these parts.
Mm.
Anyhow, here we go. Yes, the boys 2-0, and rightfully so. And the and so far I've been, if I was a gambler, I've been correct that the Eagles were not going to cover the first game. They didn't, and that they would go out in KC and win with the cover. And almost kind of easily. They got that last second touchdown late in the fourth. And you did talk about that one drive where they did look kind of good. But Travis, you're messing up your team, man. Week 1, you took out your receiver. I don't know who was wrong on that crossing pattern, but one of y'all was wrong. And you took out your receiver, and now you Butterfingers, not even Butterfingers is worse. You knocked it up in the air so we can take it the other way.
Yes.
So Travis, I don't know, maybe that engagement is not, maybe a little more stressful on your mind. I don't know what's going on, but thank you. So to see the Chiefs 0-2 is is nice, and to see, but more importantly, seeing the Eagles 2-0 is most important. And we got to see Jalen handling the offense, taking care of business. Even though the first play of the game, he fumbled. Thank goodness for Calcaterra to recover the fumble. But Jason Hurts is the only starting quarterback.
You said Jason Ertz?
That's it, Jason. I,
Jalen Hurts, yes.
I do it, Jason. I mean, Jalen Hurts, with no touchdowns and no interceptions. That's hard to do in 2 games, and it's hard to do that in one in the NFL. The 2 games straight. So I'm happy he's controlling the ball. He's not fumbling. No turnovers. He was having no turnovers. So winning the turnover battle is key to any game. So I don't care what people say. Like your boy got caught talking to smack to Jalen Hurts at the end of the game. Y'all heard that? Um, Jones was saying, "Hey man, you
Oh,
don't got less than 100 yards passing." And
right.
Jalen told him to shut the fuck up. That's why you see we winning. That's right. I like that.
He said,
Jalen.
And
I
Huh?
mean,
and
he said,
He
shut
yeah,
said,
your ass up.
yeah,
no, I'm
and
sorry.
well,
Well,
yeah, and I was
to
gonna
the
Yeah,
same
say
goal
you
line.
won the fucking game and
the
shut
point,
your
Yeah,
ass
something like
up.
that. Yeah, that's what something
the
like that.
miss point that what happened was with that is that Hertz did have 101 rushing yards.
Yeah, it would be a passing.
Yeah, passing yards.
Passing yards, yes.
And but nonetheless, I don't care how they get the W's, and that's what I like about Jalen. He don't care. He's a
No,
Super Bowl MVP. You don't have to explain nothing to y'all.
Whoa.
He's at the top of the mountain. You can't. We try to talk him down, talk that nonsense to him, and we just beat you guys in the Super Bowl. Put up 40. Remember that? Home Jones. Remember that? So anyhow, um, Saquon got a nice about 20-yard scamper for a touchdown, and so they're focusing so much on trying to stop him. Um, we at least got to see AJ and early in the game. Now by the second half, we just went back to just running and controlling the clock. But I'm happy with the double U, baby. I said W.
Well, like I said, I mean, I should have said more things about it. This is the Eagles only show, and I have to dive and doing this for less than 30 minutes. We have to dissect every part of the game basically. But when you look at Jalen Hurts, I mean, I don't know why people are talking about him like he's not an elite quarterback. This guy is elite. He can throw for 300 yards if he needs to. He can rush for 200 yards if he needed to. The thing is, the way the offense is set up, I mean, yeah, you have a new voice running the offense, but really, he's basically, making sure everything's run well. You shouldn't criticize him yet. The way they get the offense is if you're not having no turnovers, then the offense is fine, you know? And if you're limiting to like less than 3 punts per game, then your offense is moving well. Because I always say if you only punt less than 3 times, then your offense is doing pretty well moving the ball, no matter who's in the way. And like I said, Chris Jones wants to talk a big game about that. Come talk because they're not winning. They've and in 5 matchups now between Hurts and Mahomes, and everybody talks about how great Mahomes is, and he's still very good. He's not. He hasn't diminished. He still played a very good game for himself on Sunday. Hurts now wins the battle. He's 3-2 against Mahomes and winner of the last 3. So look, Hurts is a godsend, man. He is a godsend, and this is a this is a different Eagles team. And I've been saying this to a few people this week. We're not chasing championships. We're not hoping for championships. We're expecting them. It's a different era now. The Eagles are that team right now. They are that team, everybody has to watch over and see if you can take your best chance. And there might be some games we don't win, but it's not. But this is still a very dangerous team, even though it may not look that way the first few weeks by the box scores. Your goal is to beat us. And if you can't beat us, don't say shit. Just don't say shit.
No, if you
And
can't beat us, then join us.
well, I don't know if they want to join us besides CD Lamb, but the fact is, the fact is, when you look at this Eagles season to this point, beating us is the goal for every other team. And if you're not capable of it, don't worry about it. Don't because the Chiefs have bigger fishes to worry about. And we'll be talking about that on the longer show coming up because they could be in trouble. But when you look at the Eagles and you look at everybody's role in it, I mean, let's talk about that rookie. I mean, I remember watching a snipple of that preseason game where he picked off a pass. I'm like, this kid's pretty good. How he end up? How he end up? What round did that kid, the Koopa, whatever his last name? I'll get his name right eventually. What round did he get picked in?
It was either sixth round or later, or he was undrafted.
No, he got picked. He got picked. I think he was a fifth rounder, if I'm not mistaken, a fourth or fifth rounder. Maybe Matt. If Matt was on here, he would obviously know. But
I
I
mean,
saw him pick off a pass in
I'm gonna
preseason.
look it up right now. Yeah.
You said what, Cooper DeJean?
No, we're talking about the rookie that picked off
Yeah,
Kelsey
the
and
new
the
guy.
other one,
Okay.
Nakuba. I think his name is Nakuba.
Yeah,
Closest. If it's not right, then sue me. The name is close enough.
yeah,
I'm
I forget how to pronounce it
I'm
too.
terrible. I'm terrible with names anyway.
A stupid computer. You look
Oh,
so
he was a second rounder from the University of Texas.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, there you go. But that kid's sharp, and the fact that we have Jahai Campbell, who obviously because of injury concerns fell to us, and then the fact that this Nakuba kid is picking off passes like a ball hawk. If you can get a guy a four down defensive end, I mean defensive end, and then you have this guy, two rookies, you've already done your job, and
Yeah.
let's clap for
Vic
for Howie
Fangio.
because
Yeah. Oh,
that's a hell of
yeah.
a way to draft two guys that right away have been making plays. And these are two rookies. They don't have to do anything right away, but look at them. I mean, so that just tells you how important drafting is and why Howie after if this thing goes all the way to Santa Clara in success, he's going to be wearing a gold jacket one day. He's definitely going to get a bus and a gold jacket. But when you look at everything else, I mean, like I said, Saquon had a decent day, still not over 100 yards yet. Obviously he's not going to go for. I don't think 2,000 is in the picture. And then you look at, you know, Devontae. What a great receiver he is. He makes those hard catches, man. He
Mhm.
makes he, and he's really good. And unfortunately, Goddard got injured. Apparently, I don't know if he got injured late in the Cowboys game or during practice. He did not play. That's a concern. Like I said, I worry about his health long term. That's why there was rumors about Tyler Warren and the Eagles were interested in him, just because you want a reliable tight end, and that's one of his problems. Goddard has been injury prone the last several years, and he was injured again and didn't play. Kakachera is okay. I can't say he would be ever the number one tight end. He's a solid number two, but I think if you're going to move on from Goddard after this season, if things don't go well, and you don't give him a new deal, then you obviously going to have to look for another tight end in the draft, or you trade for one. But I think they'll figure it out, and maybe he'll figure it out. Who knows? But obviously, all in all, it was a very strong game. I think it was a very good. Another thing is I give Sirianni a lot of people don't think he can coach. Still, he gets the same disrespect that Hurts gets. But if you look at Big Red, he did outcoach him in these 3 games. And yeah, Shaft, I hear the thunder right now. But big deal. It's still summertime. But anyway,
Can we talk about Mr. Jalen Carter on the defense?
yeah, I mentioned him. Yeah, like I said, he kept his mouth shut and all that. He did a great job.
Yes. But what he did do, it was clear his presence changed things. By
Yes.
him being on the field, getting double teamed, allowed for our man, who's that guy, Smith? He was having a ball in the backfield, and he made sure that everybody saw him. Every time he back, he had to
Well,
get up and
Nolan
celebrate,
Smith
which
is
I was
going to be
back.
that kind of safety. I
But he was
mean,
having a ball
Hey,
back there.
Nolan Smith is a linebacker.
are you sure? I
Yeah.
thought he was a safety.
Nah, he's a linebacker. He was in the
Oh,
backfield
wow.
all
He
day.
wears the safety number. I don't know linebackers with single numbers. But
No, but
anyway,
No, what I'm talking about was
yeah,
50
I'm
number,
confused.
whoever it was. Maybe I got the wrong name. It was 50 it was
Bond,
52.
Nick Bond,
No, not Bone. I know who he is. This
No,
is a
Zach
dude.
Vaughn, but yeah.
Zach Bond.
Yeah, I know Zach. It wasn't
Yeah,
Zach.
we're goofy on this episode. We're getting names wrong. We're just having a ball here.
I mean, I was gonna say
Obviously,
some commentators even during the game, in other games,
Oh
they were
gosh.
messing up names too.
but
Shoot.
it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, we're happy that the Eagles are doing very well. Like I said, we kind of missed Matt's take on this, but he'll make it up. He'll make it up eventually. But obviously, like I said, this is the Eagles are 2-0, and they're off to the races this Sunday. A 1 o'clock game. We'll talk about that a little more in a little bit of a violation. They play the Rams in a divisional rematch, but also Saquon's greatest, maybe one game, best battle with 2 games against a team in NFL history, over 500 purpose yards last year against the Rams. Obviously, the
Yep.
Rams defense has played great the first 2 weeks, and we'll look forward to seeing them. This could be another slugfest, gentlemen. It could be another slugfest on Sunday. You play these good defensive teams, and they're going to give you everything they have. And like I said, the Rams have been really good defensively the first 2 weeks, and we'll see if they made the adjustments to stop number 26. But we'll talk about that, and obviously we'll get into all the good stuff. We have a new special guest that I will introduce here in a few minutes, and that's all we have for this episode of the Eagles Look Back. Join us for the big show in a few minutes. So I'll take the music out again because I can.
An irresistible scent combo. Jane Tango scent.
We'll get it fixed.
Mhm.
Shit. I'm sorry. I had to. Yeah. Well, maybe. We'll get the music fixed. But this is the end of the show. We'll see you on the other show.